And it's just the idea where I'm at in my life now is making me be today I'm the best version of myself I can be today. So the other idea of Stuart Gilchrist, if anyone's into a company called Indaba, which are over in Bayswater, phenomenal studio. I mean, fierce. If there was a music maker for music makers, I'd like to think I make music for albums for people that produce and make music. Mm-hmm. It's complex. It's not, you can't listen to Journeyman like just skip through it. You might want to drive to Cornwall and go, I listened to that album last month. I got to the opera, innit?
Yeah.
In electronic music, kind of, I think. Yogis that are into yoga and want to get taught, they got a Stuart.
Right, okay.
Much to learn. It's a different beast. And his story is so fucking serendipitous. Yeah. When I first met, I'd heard about Stuart for like a year. People going, "Oh my God, Stuart Gilchrist, man, he's gonna, man, he'll pull you out and go, you know what, get the fuck out. We do not fucking like it." And he's got Glaswegian voice, and it's really dense. Big white dreadlocks down to his arse, big fucking beard. Yeah. His nephew runs Boomtown, you know, in his white beard in it. And I meet him for the first, I go to him and I meet him with Shala and Kelly, who's my Yo Gangster partner. Big up Kells. A fierce teacher as well now. We started together, like she's looking at me in a room at So Hot, and I'm wearing a Yo Gangster, which I printed myself. Yeah. And she's like, "That is so clever." Mm-hmm. I used to make lingerie, and I'm like, "Cool." I'm like, "I'd like to make a company with you." And we just got together, and that's how it started. So anyway, Stuart, I meet him, he's like, "Oh, Goldie, man, fuck." And he's like, "Look, fucking been so long. It's been so long."
I got
this is gonna right. You haven't heard this story yet. You haven't heard this story.
I don't know you, blood.
I don't know you, blood. I don't know you, blood. I'm saying, like, what? And he's gone to me. He's gone, "Goldie, look, think, forget the hair, forget the locks. Look at my face. Can you see?" I'm like, Stu, man. Blue Note.
Yeah.
You just sell pills. He used to sell pills at Blue Note.
That's right. Yeah.
And he got so off his tits. He used to continue all on Monday to Talvin Singh's night in Camden on a Monday night. Mm. And he'd walk home after he sold all his gear and got really fucking high, and he'd been awake for 48 hours. And he'd jump over this wall. And one day he jumped over the wall and they'd removed the path that had been gone. They'd moved some shit, this kind of teal wall. And he fell 20 foot, hit the canal, fell into the canal, and this woman dragged him out and he broke his spine in 4 places. And you see on his back, if you look at his back, you can see these 4 big fucking dents, man, like bad. And he went to South London.
Wow.
And was doing rehab with a black woman that taught yoga. Sister that taught yoga. With her friend that taught yoga. And they rehabilitated him. And he decided to go to India. And he stopped immediately doing drugs, went to India and met Marky from Beastie Boys in an ashram.
Wow.
And that is truth. And since that, when you think about that story, I think how blessed I am, how blessed people are to have that guy as a teacher, because he's like, listen, God, I'm not interested in Bendy Wendy. I'm interested in Broken Bird.
Yeah.
Or Broken Bianca.
Yeah, he's credibility stands before him, man. I mean,
he's one of our ambassadors for sure, and he doesn't wear brands. He dislikes. I mean,
I saw him in a Yo Gangster.
I'm saying exactly because he's like, he believes in what the ethos is.
Yeah.
A fucking t-shirt.
Yeah.
It's about pre and post.
Yeah.
Yoga, and I was a bit of a gangster as a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The idea of people going, how can you dare associate this with gangsterism? Well, mate, you don't fucking live where I live, and you don't come from where I've come from. And furthermore, when I was a kid, I used to watch my man sitting there going, "Top of the world, Mar, I'm gonna go get it."
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
James Cagney, "Top of the world, Mar."
Yeah.
And I'm going to be a gangster. And he's going to do it. And ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be a gangster. What did we sample when we were kids?
Yeah.
We wanted to, what do we watch as kids? We watch cowboy movies, right?
Exactly.
And do we not like the bad man?
Yeah.
We want, sometimes we like the bad man. You're the gangster, right? So the whole idea of, I want to do this yoga, but I'm not doing it by the way that you think I'm doing it. I'm going to do it as an urban kid, and I'm going to go and practice yoga because you lot think it's galting, and you know what I mean? You want to test it? Come come. You think it's a pussy tip? You know what I mean?
I think that. I mean, I don't know. I can't be certain, but because I wasn't looking at it. But certainly, since I've been doing yoga, the amount of people who have gone, oh, Ron, you know what? I'm interested in doing it. Oh, Ron, you know something? I've been looking at your post. You know what? But it's almost this is on obviously a text message, but it's almost like they're whispering it to me. Ron, listen, looking over their shoulder, like, Ron, you know something? You know, I've wanted to do it, but like,
I feel shameful.
Yeah, like, exactly.
Like, I feel a little bit ashamed because, like, do you know what I mean? Like yoga's for girls and blah, blah,
exactly,
and all of that. And it's what we do since we've been emancipated for hundreds and thousands of years. When we get the deals, we get the money, we go, fuck you, let's get a Lamborghini and let's get all the cars and drinks and yo, what up? And it's like, yeah, man, they like that. The record companies, they like that. They like when we do that. And you know what? I liked it too because I did it.
Yeah.
But my journey is here now.
Yeah.
And I look at yoga people when I go in that room, and I've got a community of people around the world, man. I go into a studio in Tokyo last week. I'm bouncing there and I'm in there. Oh, Goldie, you come back. And it's just a different vibe, man.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that if I can doing yoga isn't like the physical losing weight is not the main attribution. The mental power what he's given me and life force, like real fucking buzzing, not just I'm releasing because I'm in the gym for a couple of hours. I'm like next day shit. Yeah. Like I'm tired and I come out like I'm alive.
Yeah. I mean, you walk in the room, you know what I mean? Certainly my experience is like I walk, you know, I don't want to quickly digress to something. There's this thing that since I started would be like, it's stopped now. It's definitely stopped, yeah? Or it's quiet and it'd be like this. Young man, you don't have to go today.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to go today. You went yesterday.
Man, you don't have to go today.
You went yesterday. And don't forget, you know, you need to relax. You need to think. You let muscles calm down. Chill out, Ron, man.
Yeah, you get that.
And you break through that. And then you break through and you walk out of that room and you're like, oh, my goodness, I'm so glad I went.
Well, the other thing, when I go away, which I do, and I go away tomorrow, and I go away, you know, for 9 months, the first thing that I've noticed in the last 10 years, especially in the last fucking 3 years, people go, oh, my God, man, you ain't even aging. I feel like Benjamin Ross Clark Button in this team. Because I'm going back. I'm just in a better place the way I feel and look. But it's given me the power. It gave me the power to not take Timeless for orchestra. It gave me the power to sort all my shit out. It gave me the power to get help. It gave me the power to say I'm effeminate. Do you know what I mean? I'm effeminate. I'm a female side here, which is why my left leg got busted and my left arm got stabbed and my left side got stabbed up. And that's the mother side, the female. This is the male side. My body is two things, male and female. So I can allow both sides. I can allow Clifford, the adult male, to talk to the child. Yeah, and they're together now, and they communicate together, and that's the power of that. So
it's allowed you to do. It's allowed you clarity. It's allowed you space to review and adapt and manage your life. And I know that during that time, you've been writing a incredible script that I know a lot about. Now, this could possibly take you
to the edge.
Yeah, this could take us to the edge of time if I start opening up this box here about this script. And I don't know how much of it you want to divulge publicly. But just before you get into it, right, to those listening, when Goldie first told me about this script, he was like, listen, and what it is, Ron, and obviously you guys know that, you know what I mean, I'm a filmmaker as well. And so I'm interested. I'm like, let me hear what this bit's got to say. So he's telling me about it. And as he's telling me, I'm on the other end of the phone, and I'm like, yeah. And then he goes, hold on, I've got to come back because I've got to go and do this thing. I'll call you back. And I'm like, what the fuck? The guy just leaves me, do you know what I mean? Like, just scrambling for more. Yeah? Right? It's big story, man.
It's a very, very, very powerful story.
It's a big story.
The story's so loaded, serendipitously, serendipity plays a massive role in my life. Today, at a massive meet final with Dan Kadan. Dan's wrote Lock, Stock and Snatch. Prolific guy. Did Walk Like a Panther, a comedy about his childhood, wrestlers and alike. And I had, for a long time, the best analogy, 2 packs of cards, and you give me half ounce of good cocaine, and I'm going to chew your ear off and tell you about this fucking film. And I'm going to shove all these, spending all the cards everywhere, all these cards everywhere. Oh, and I got off like, oh yeah, cool, yeah, see you tomorrow, yeah. And I realised people, when they start looking miffed, Goldie's one of the crazies. He's got me. I'm like, when people, you can't get him out the fucking, it's like the fan into the sycophant. I became obsessed. Obsessed to a point where it became so big in my mind. When I was living with Gus in the flat, I said, timeless. And it's on a screenshot. Timeless is a story about a boy who wants to be true. That's it. And the idea, through the idea of on the back of the door was the Art Blakey movie, Father Time, which gave me the idea, the name Timeless. It gave me the idea for Timeless, was jazz musician. Art Blakey on the drums, smiling. And it's a great documentary if any of you are interested. And the idea stayed with me, and I blew up. I went to Polygram and said, give me 400 grand to make this film. I'll make Timeless into a 21-minute film. We can't do that. We're a record company. We are. Haven't Polygram got a film company? Well, that's the film company. Well, film people don't talk to music people. And it was just this idea of what it's not now. Now it's about your merchandise, with your thing, and cross-pollination, and Nike doing Off-White, and they're doing that, and Supreme are doing Louis Vuitton. It's all cross-pollination now. Music for commercial, for ting, for what you might get an artist that blows up on a commercial, brings, it's all of that. But Timeless, I haven't seen a British urban film in 3 parts. It's probably going to be an hour each, because it has to tell this story, or 4 pieces, what you call elite TV. We have more time now. Netflix is the new, it's the new way of how we tell stories now. The long players, it's changed. And people don't want to go to a movie and sit for 2 hours in a fucking chair to watch a David Lean film. You struggle to go to the movies to watch P.T. Anderson unless you watch it first when you buy it, and then you want to go and see it on the big screen for its quality of cinematography. P.T. Anderson's I'm a really big fan of P.T. Anderson, and I'm also a big fan of Gondry, and Gondry's kind of like godlike, and P.T. Anderson's like Jedi-like. And I've watched a lot of Russian film, Mirror, those kind of mad, really crazy films, and Darren Aronofsky, all this other stuff that really, really threw me out, and Requiem for a Dream. But ultimately, Magnolia and La Haine have always been my all-time favourite movies, always, and I watch them religiously. And the idea of Magnolia Drive is an avenue where everyone crosses over. And what are the chances, man, of this serendipitous story? Have you seen Magnolia? She's going to watch it now. Of how they just... And the cast is amazing. Tom Cruise.
Yeah, very good film.
Well, you've never seen Tom Cruise play Tom Cruise. In the same way you never saw when Peter Anderson did Punch Drunk Love. And I always get them mixed up. Ben Stiller, who's the other one?
I haven't watched Punch Up.
Adam Sandler, you've never seen him before. Forget all the light-hearted Jewish comedy in that sense. This is him playing an idiot savant. It's very clever.
Right.
I think it's Emma Watson plays the love tryst. Anyway, so the idea of having a film which deals with trauma, children, mental illness, it's a difficult subject matter. Soderbergh had a fucking nightmare trying to get Spider off. I suspect schizophrenia, right? It's difficult.
Course, yeah.
So the idea of Memento, slightly, in the idea where I fuck with time in such a really clever way. So Magnolia, La Haine, Memento is a recipe for absolute disaster or absolute genius. And there's a very fine line between madness and genius, and I think I'm kind of there with all of it. And I'm directing and writing. It's my concept, my story. And I'm going to write this with Dan. And I've got some really beautiful DOPs and people to look at and editors. The editing is really essential on this. And I want to make it look like beautiful cinematography. But even if it's a trilogy, it has to be beautiful cinematography. And I've literally done what I've done with my music all my life. I have reverse engineered this. The concept's there. This is the story. This is the shape. This is what it is. and these are the beats, and this is exactly what it is. And now I'm going to colour it like I'm EQing.
Yeah.
So it's done. But it's based on, in England, it's based in Bristol, Birmingham, Hackney, and Manchester. It's based on a 9-year-old kid coming of age with his father. And the tragedy, it's a tragic love story of how he loses his mother to heroin. Mm-hmm. And a really dark gangster story whilst it's going on. Mm-hmm. So it's a beautiful project. I'm probably going to be sitting in the director's chair 2020.
It's amazing.
And it's my lifetime. I've had this project. I mentioned it in interviews going back years ago. Like, you know, Simon's going to be the soundtrack for this thing, and Cine Temple was Without Time, which the title of the film is called Cine Temple, which I put on my neck. Yeah. And it's what it is. And I thought, you know what? It came back to me this year. I found the papers in Thailand, and I went, oh my God, no. Hang on a minute. With my yoga, I know I wrote the book. Maybe I could make this better. And I looked at all the notes, and I went, no. It's already there. Mm-hmm. It was in the original draft, but I just didn't see it yet. It's like a dub plate, man. You can't beat the dub. You know what I mean? Like, you put out a dub, you know, and it's the dub. And when they go, we finish EQing it, we make the full version with the vocal, and we play it, we're like, something's missing, you know? Yeah, the fucking dub's missing. So the dub element has given me this ridiculous storyline. And Rage will tell you, because I've been in his ear about it for years and years, and then he has... Patrick. I've not spoken to Patrick about this for about 2 years.
Right, okay.
Probably more than that. But Patrick knows.
Right, okay.
Patrick's going to be in it. Patrick plays Pat. He plays Pat and Heine, 2 drummers in the film. Okay. When I say drummers, I don't mean that kind of drummer.
Yeah.
And Rhino plays the fence. Nice. And Gary Beadle is going to be the nemesis, bad man. And I haven't thought about anyone else yet, but these are people that I've had in my head for a long time. So I still feel I want to end this on something in a sense of, we can't compare what we do as fucking greatness. We can't.
What do you mean?
We can't compare what we do in this day and age of greatness unless you do a body of work. Come to me in 20 years and ask me about greatness, because right now I'm fleeting with the idea.
Yeah.
Because greatness is Da Vinci. Greatness is Gil Scott-Heron. Greatness is Quincy Jones. Greatness is Miles Davis. Greatness is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
Building, you know, like, how did Da Vinci draw that shit when he had no iPad? How did he design? How did Beethoven, who is mixed race, by the way? Beethoven is mixed race. His mother was a Moor. And society has never told you that. Do you think Beethoven's white? No, he's a Moor. And that's why he was always ousted. He's never to be looked at, to be understood. He's a fuzzened hair. A flat forehead. He's a Moor. Mixed race. And you know what Beethoven did? When he made his scores, the way you look at Beethoven, when you turn it into numbers, he goes 642, 246, man. But he hides his music from them and makes it difficult for them to play. Because they all laughed at him. And he went, play fucking this then, you cunt. That's what he did. Not so many, a bit harsh that was, wasn't it? He said to them, play this then. And that's why they found it difficult to play. Because he hid it. He didn't want to give it to him. Yeah. So I'm going to make Mother, you're never going to get it because it's for me. It's my thing. Because of the pain that he's gone through. You know, Miles Davis in Miles Davis's book and his biographies that you need to read. Miles Davis's biography is probably the best biography book you can ever read.
Right.
That and Fergie's book, Ferguson. Like Hyde.
There we go.
But the idea of Miles Davis, why am I mentioning Miles Davis in the same breath? Because Miles Davis says that Sonata 1111 was the first jazz ever made. So the point I'm trying to make is that greatness can only be achieved over a body of work, over a long period, and take into the fact that electronic music, we get paid to push fucking buttons, man.
Yeah.
I get paid to push fucking buttons, and as an artist, I want to vicariously get that player to play the sound in my head. What I will do. I'm going to get people to play my sound.
Yeah.
And do it finite, like Kubrick. Play my sound that way. And then I've got to put it together. And when I get that, I think I'm somewhere near it to get towards playing music live, playing with an orchestra. I've reverse engineered this stuff to be able to play for orchestra. They're all at it. They all thought I was mad 25 years ago. In the sea live with strings, mug. They're at it.
Everybody's
at it.
doing it now. Yeah.
So the idea, you can't throw stones at that, man. I was being a visionary. It's a lonely fucking place, man.
Yeah, you have got a body of work. You know what I mean? You're my friend, you're my brethren, and all of it. No, bro, no, you can't take it away. If you look through,
it's minimal. Believe me.
Okay, well, it may well be. You know what I mean in your eyes, but if you look through the, you know what I mean, I'm not, you know what I mean, like bread in anything here. The facts are the facts. Do you know what I mean? Right, from the start of your career through to now, you look through that and you go, right, you know something, guys, all right, you know something? Show me what you've done as well. Measure then. Do you know what I mean? You've done a lot of work.
So put it this way. Maybe I'm a little bit harsh on myself, but put it this way. I think my greatest work's not done yet.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair enough. That's fair.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's fair enough.
I think me directing this thing to be able to put all of my sound and all the things I've ever learned, I think that everything that's happening now, you know, when you see this lake and you see the hole in the centre, and all of a sudden the water's going in there, it's a big fucking lake. It's moved. I've seen it move from when I was in still water, and it's going and it's going, it's going, and I see string arrangement. I learned that. Yeah, cool. I can do that. So the monkey on the barrel. I learned to do what you did. I learned what you want to do Beethoven. There he is. You want to do that? Cool. Yeah, okay, cool. But I could do it with my own music. Yeah, cool. Well, but I don't do it with my own music. I want to get a conductor because that's the ego. Get a conductor to do it because anybody can learn to conduct. And the monkey can do it. I want to be able to embody my work and be with the drummers because I want to conduct the drummers. I want to be with the drummers. I want to be with getting the energy out of the drummers. I want to create the alchemy, pull it out of the drummers. And really, the accidents of all of that stuff happened because I was in rehearsals and they're drumming, and I get excited with beats, and I go to the drummers, and all of a sudden they explode. And Matt says, how do you like the idea of coming on stage and doing the same thing with the drum? Because they love it. It's the energy. So it's kind of like new conducting within a nucleus of a normal thing. So now we have the ensemble. So next year we're doing, I'm not going to say where, 9 really beautiful live shows.
Amazing.
With the ensemble, there's 4 of us and 2 singers. To just minimalise it a little bit. More club orientated in terms of nailing it, bam. We're ending at Ronnie Scott's because it's 60 years of Ronnie's next year. There's some 4 in Europe, 6 in the UK that we're talking about now. And the idea of directing this movie, I can see all of my friends from Children of Zeus being in the backstory on stage in the hip hop club, and they're all dressed in 80s gear, and they're doing their thing, and it's like creating all these friends that I know to be able to be part of this journey with me. I want to share the love with all my people.
Yeah.
But the professionals I've employed to do this situation, and the company it's with, i.e. Sony.
Yeah.
And it's a powerhouse of a project. I think it will be my greatest work.
Yeah. Well, I look forward to seeing it, mate. Do you know what I mean? Look forward to seeing it.
That was a bit of a long-winded way of saying I'm going to make my greatest work.
You know what I mean? There were some other bits that I wanted to touch on, but I think I'm not going to go down that route. I want to keep it buoyant. Do you get what I mean?
Namely, I mean, you're not going to see me for a year, so, you know.
Well, I'll tell you, I would have liked to have touched on this a bit earlier, but because it kind of hurts me as well, yeah?
Okay.
I was in the car with you. We were coming out of yoga one time, and then I was dropping you and Mimi and Coco to Columbia Road. You were going to go to something, and you were on a phone call. And you're talking to somebody on the phone. You're like, all right, son, how's it going? You all right? And you were just having this conversation and blah, 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 and whatever. Remember, bearing in mind, we've been out of touch for a while. You put the phone down, you're having this conversation with your son, and I'm gathering what's happening in the conversation, you know what I mean? I'm picking it up, and then I get it, but I don't want to say nothing, do you know what I mean? And then you say to me, yeah, it's my son, do you know what I mean? Yeah, he's doing he's doing a life sentence. And I remember saying to myself, I'm not going to pick this up here, man, I'm going to leave this, but I was in shock about it, do you know what I mean? I felt for you, I felt for him. Do you get what I mean? And we can cut at that point, but it's poignant for me, man. It was like touching for me, bruv.
You know what? It's a thing we're going to insert, and you insert it in the old idea of trauma. That's the section you drop it into.
Yeah.
The idea of trauma, we've been speaking about trauma. I'm picking this up for you, by the way.
Yeah.
The idea of trauma and picking what in my brain about trauma and the idea of it, and, you know, going to this thing and I'm teaching, you know, the yoga in the prison and everything else, right? Cool. What about helping my own? You know, my son got double life for homicide. And this is when this is up north, darker than what was going on down here. This is years ago.
Yeah.
This, he's already done like 16, 17. You know what I mean? Like, he's 16. And he's got another, I'm 64 when he comes out. So that's like, I'm 53, do the math.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
A long time. Brutal. He's already ironed out. He's already got bodies on him. Like, already known on the hood. Like, people would say to me, you're Goldie, you know? And I remember walking back to Wolverhampton with him and somebody went, Goldie! And I went, yeah. And they're not looking at me, they're looking at him. I'm like, what the fuck's this? He went, yeah. I'm like, Sammy Davis motherfucking Jr. right here, right? So, I'm like, why is that you dropping it? And then all these people say, yo, man, people pull me up the dance and go, man, yo, you're a kid, yeah? It's fucking dangerous. I'm like, well, he shut up. It's dangerous. So anyway, we affected that kid's head when he was a kid a lot, man. We used to do some shit. And me and him broke up, They removed the junior school from his fucking estate. Daddy's not there. We know that. Daddy's broken. That's cool. I know in the chapter in that book, it says family, right? It says, firstly and foremost, I apologise to my children for not being the best dad I could have been. Fame and fortune didn't work out. See you later. I'm not staying there. You don't want your mom's fucking me and warring. We're out. That's the story. That's a common story in the hood, man. Baby mother. But the school being removed, the junior school being removed, which he was in, and had 3 more years to be in there.
You removed the school?
The government closed the school on the estate, Firetown. Last time I checked, when you pull a heart out of a body, it stops pumping. Weird that. Because the responsibility of throwing us into these places and it all explodes and then the SO19s come and they just leave us to our own fucking devices. From Murder Mile to whatever, they just leave us. They're like, fucking, it's on top. And what do you expect, man? If you're not going to put money, you put money, you know, Apple put money into phones and Samsung put money into phones and they develop that shit to buy you really quickly. That's called capitalism. But the government, of the latency of what they've been doing and their red tape and bureaucracy, you know, Sadiq's trying to change shit. But you got to get the community with a community centre, with community people that are already there to have those jobs in place to keep a lid on it. And metal detectors in the youth clubs, a man can go in there and integrate. Well, that's something I checked is that when you put a pit bull and a chihuahua into a pit when they're born and you throw them food, they will instinctively share it and grow together. Try that with adults. Try that with young kids whose balls are just growing and dropping, and you throw them some gear and you throw them that and you throw them that and you put them, they're going to rip each other to fucking pieces. And postcode wars just began then for those kids. We could go and break dance in the other state, which is where we got together. Yeah. You can't go with Marines. They can't go Reens. They can't go there. Reens can't come Firetown. We can't go Pendiford. You know, it's all that shit. And the worst thing that I had to deal with is there's a book apparently. I think it's called Soul You Dad. Solly Dad or Soul You Dad. It's a story of about a father's letters to his son and how the letters change over a period of time. And the empathy, Jamie, first 5 years, you know, he took the rap for a lot of shit. But he's on a cold, isn't he? And when I go see him, and I see him a lot, I go see him and he's like, you were right, Dad. First time I get to see him, he says, you were right. It's the worst thing a dad can hear, man. Because I had him. Losing my son was remembering the 2 mothers lost their children that day. His mum had a nervous breakdown and one mum had to bury a kid, yeah? That's the fact. And his father, we knew his father because we would hang out together. So it's incomprehensible. But how it came on top and how it was one of those me or them. And a lot of the film as well, some of the film reflects some of that in a way. The idea of hostility. And he said that the way that knife crime is now and how bad it is, I mean, Frosty called me and said, gee, you want to come and do that? I'm like, no, I'm not going anywhere near it. Because with my position and whatever, I don't want it misinformed in the way that, mate, they put me in the Daily Mirror, double page spread, mate, right in the centre of the Mirror, the day before Strictly started, just to be a complete cunt. Yeah. Goldie's son, murderer. Cheers, mate. Nice one. Do you know what I mean? Like, real fucking, real real undermining bollocks, real nasty shit. But the idea of he had to pay the price for this, and could it have been avoided? Yes. Could he have a buffer for his choice? Losing Jamie was like, I'm fishing and I've got this wicked fish, barracuda on the end of a line, and I pull it out of the water and he comes out of the water and I can see the rainbow, the colours on the side of this fish, man, are like wicked colours, man. And he just snapped and went underneath. Gone. I lost him. Because he was coming to war, he was coming down from wars, he was coming to fucking look at the record, count them records, do that, cool, yeah, look at that, walk the Huskies, take the dogs for a walk, count that thing, right, I'm going on tour, I'm going to come back, you be good, yeah, cool, come back, cool, yeah. Then one Christmas, I'm going to go to Wolvesdad for bashment thing, yeah, I says, don't go, man, don't go. Stay here, man, stay, you don't need to be going, man, you know what I mean, but he's a man around the block, isn't he? So he's gone back to one bashment thing, and I get the phone call. Do you want us to get him out? We could out him, but he's going to have to go to South America. He's going to have to go somewhere deep. Well, I could have outed him, but then he's on the run for a month. And then the story comes out, and then it's like, he's gone, and he's in court, and he's done. And I go see him, and I'm like, what the fucking life's just gone, man. I wasted 2 young people's lives. So the idea of, this is the thing. I can't force yoga on these kids, man. Nah, man, but I can give them the choice. I can say, if you want to come here, you might get a message on your phone saying you got something. You got to use the devil for the devil's work. We need to use their ways of how they've sold us shit. How they've made us go and buy another cut of coke. Because they put it in my face every fucking day.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
The idea of graffiti being present is because we bombed everything and we wanted to have a voice. They picked that up off us. They went, well, we've got to put it in everyone's face so you buy more burgers. And you wonder why fucking Banksy exists, because we're starting to rip down your system and start hacking your billboards. Resistance, attack. The idea of us implementing ourselves, they got that from us. But the barbarians, man, we're the barbarians from within. That's why we come from this drum and bass. We come from garage, we come from grime. We're on a street coming up. None you can fucking teach me about this shit. So the idea of us empowering ourselves and getting the information in a world where we've got so much information on the internet, but we're so disinformed.
Yeah.
So losing him and that mother that lost that fucking child, man, she's never going to be right. And how many people we know that have lost?
Yeah, that's right.
How many connections we have to people that have lost? This happened 15 years ago. So it affected me because my failings as a father. I should have. I was doing as much as I could. You can take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You know, you walk past these kids now, you see what is, you know, we got to try and what's going on in their lives now. We're responsible for what we do today creates tomorrow. Right? That's the Yo Gangster slogan, right there. Born out of Miami, that slogan, out of the dead of night, me and my boy Armani, what we create today. When people go, what's going to happen tomorrow? It's fucking never going to come, you idiot. Because this is the moment now. My present is now. Because the hood, going back to the old story of why the relevance between Magnolia, is that everything's crossing coincidentally. The hood's stacked on top of each other, mate. Mom's doing the drugs with the kids and the thing, and the dad's scoring, and everyone's on top of it. It's like, would have, could have, should have. Everyone is living in the fucking past. And the kids are running around in the present because the adults have lost it. Because we've been disempowered.
Yeah.
So the importance of Rinse and the importance of community radio and the importance of giving people scholarships and the importance of showing this kid here, he might got one thing out of his blood clot 2 hours. One fucking thing.
Yeah, but he's got
Is that true?
Yeah.
He might have one thing out of it, right? One thing.
Yeah.
But I don't care if it's one thing. It's like the woman at the cheese counter going, I love that record, it changed my life.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all I want, man.
That's right.
I'm not here to fucking, I've had my sell-by date. I'm gone, mate. I'm OG, I'm done. I've had my sell-by date. My records are for you to find, not for them to be fucking, I want to look at the chart this week at number 12. I'm almost done. I'm done with that shit.
I mean, as a father, you know what I mean? As a father, as an artist, you know, like as a a husband.
I got 5 kids.
Do you know what I mean?
Jamie, Daniel, my first.
Yeah.
My kid, Daniel, had to watch me grow up on TV.
Yeah, yeah.
And they told him that he wasn't mine.
Yeah, yeah.
And then my charge for America was I'm going to come back and prove all you cunts wrong, which is in the first book.
Yeah, yeah.
Very interesting story, man. Dark story. And I came back and went, fucking want me now, don't you? You got some fucking thin memories. And the idea of him being a fan almost kind of fucked us up. He's now doing the Hoffman, he's doing some good things, he's been promoting.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I've got Chance. And Chance just saw me fucking off my fucking head, smashing the fuck up with a mum. We're always fighting. And trauma. And she had to go and do all this stuff for herself and that and work on herself and shamanic. And now she's settled.
Nice.
I used to get out of the car when I'm taking her to school to have road rage with a man.
Yeah.
To go beat a man down. What do you think the effects that's going to have on her? So I have got to be responsible for my actions in that sense. And the idea of Coco in wedlock is different. Because we're growing as a unit together. It's taken me a long time to get it right. But what is right? It's not about right. It's not about wrong. It's about, am I happy? Am I being the real person that I want to be?
I mean, you said, is it right, is it wrong, wedlock and whatever, but it's also a learning
it's nurturing process. Myself.
Yeah, so it is. It's without a shadow of a doubt. You're not the same person as you were back then. And even look, I mean, we could get into a completely different philosophical
I just want to
conversation.
I want to kind of cap it on this thing. You think about it. You know, I'm a product of my own design, and I'm in charge of my own fate. We all are. And I think for so long being traumatised, I never felt I had any control. I attracted the wrong things. I attracted the wrong energy. I attracted the wrong fucking wife. I attracted the wrong shit because I was just attracting negative, attracting negative, man. And being in positive light in a situation is, there's a card on my window, a wonderful shamanic healer who got me from -22 to 0 when I was on tour, and I was still going out the next. I'd leave the room and go in school gear the next day.
Yeah.
Thinking reset. You know what I mean? Get a fucking IV drip. It's the equivalent of, and it's Wendy Mandy, and she gave me this postcard, and I looked at it, and it went, I've learned so much from my mistakes that I'm thinking about making a few more.
Right. Yeah.
So it's all being broken, you know, and the Kinsekura, the art of Japanese porcelain, broken, fixed with gold. Children of Zeus knit it quicker than I did. They got a track on their quick time. And I was already reading, Stephen Deplis already wrote this thing, and it's baffling. Me and Tyler laugh about it all the time. Like, you got a Kinsekura thing on there? Yeah. And I'm like, listen to this. He's like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah, there's a Kinsekura. The idea of people thinking alike, the idea of us having resolution together now, the idea of serendipity, you know, you could say to someone outside, have you seen a red car today? Oh my God, I saw a red car. Yeah, it's out there.
Yeah. Do you think that is always been there, or just that you're more aware of it now? Because, bruv, let me tell you something. To me, it happens on a daily basis.
Yeah, say this. Mine's 9/11. I get 9/11 on every number. I get 9/11 all the time.
Daily basis.
All the basis. So every one of you guys out there is going to have a numbers team, because numbers are and mine are very powerful because it's, you know, we're all powerful to our own denominator. But you know, for me, my birth 19th of the 965, right? Yeah. So it's 19, 9 and 1 is 9, 9 and 9 is 18, 8 and 1 is 9.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's 9 and 11 is 9, you know, 6 and 5, 11. Add that with a 9, 9 and 11. What's 9 and 11? 9 and 11. There you go. It's always in the numbers for me. So 9/11 keeps coming up. It's within my birth date. And it was Remy Mine from Manchester, from Gooch. Told me about the numbers and his pal.
Right.
And he told Remy, he said to JD, he said, Remy, you shouldn't go out today, man. It's a bad number day for you. Went out dead up.
Yeah.
You know, life is a weird thing. I love where I'm at now. And I want to do my greatest work. And I want to help young people. If you know, young people, I get stopped in the street and people ask me something. I'm happy for that. I'm blessed to be where I'm at right now. And I want to just do that positive stuff.
You've been in the UK now 4 months? 4 months. 4 months,
like
yeah?
4 years.
4 months. I mean, is it nearly exactly 4 months, right?
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. When you were at, here's some serendipity for you, yeah? When you were at...
Stop tapping your feet.
When you were at... No, seriously. When you were at Target's book launch.
Yeah.
How long had you been in the country?
Not long. And I wasn't going to go. It was because Target was my intern.
Yeah, I remember.
He was my intern at Metalheads.
Yeah, I remember.
He used to run up and down getting sandwiches.
I remember, yeah.
He was my intern.
Well, that's a bit of serendipity for you right there. Because,
skinny boy.
Because Thailand's skinny.
Chicken legs.
Yeah.
Chicken
and
owned chicken legs.
Well, I'm not sure we would have been here tonight. Target, just don't let him get away with that. Target, all right.
See that?
I'm not sure we would have been here.
The top half
loud Target, man.
Sorry. Love you, though, brother. Love you.
I'm not sure if we would have been here if it weren't for that night. Do you know what I mean? And
we wouldn't.
Yeah. No. And you're going to be back in Thailand any day now.
Well, I'm just.
And what does it?
Passing you the baton.
Yeah. And I appreciate it.
It's supposed to take you, man. Take the baton and just do what you got to do.
Right? Because that 4 months for me has definitely been a wake-up call. My missus can't believe it. She can't believe it. My missus is just like...
a lot of us run.
Yeah, she can't believe it. No, yeah, it's true, actually.
Yeah, I spoke to Groom and says, Groom, was like, wow, my missus, you know what I mean? Like, right. Lost the handles and everything, man. Right. Off the big muffin tap.
Right. But you're going to go back to Thailand now. You're going to be there for at least another 9 months.
Till 9 months. Yeah, I'm there first.
What are you going to do while you're out there? I know you got some art projects that I went to.
Yeah, so you know,
I saw somebody who knew you quite well.
Promoting shit, which has been a really lovely exchange.
No.
So
tell me what's going to be going on, man.
For me, this is the what's going to go on. Is I'm gutted. I'm going to miss Andy at fucking Wembley Arena. I think it's one of the greatest achievements.
Big up Andy.
Big up Andy, man. Like, it's big for us,
man. Brother.
It's huge.
Yeah.
I know you're going to draw a pure tune, draw some stuff for the lads, kill it out there, and I'm so happy for him. And I'm not going to be here. But next year, the live ensemble is coming with 9 gigs. 25-year anniversary. At the end of the year, we're going to have a Metalheads 25-year compilation.
About that, man.
Metalheads. And next year, and events. And next year, we have... This is it. So next year we have major Metalheads events leading up to this whole 25 years.
Right, okay.
A Stussy project, which is going to drop in probably March, April. It's the Stussy Varsity with Gimme 5, and next year it's the Stussy baseball cap project, which is 25 years.
You just come out from Tokyo doing something.
Yeah, I stopped at a store in Tokyo for Shin and in the Tokyo chapter, and the Gimme 5 heads. Varsity is fucking banging. That's coming out.
Little suede thing, yeah?
Yeah, it's proper thing. And then, but the ensemble show is going to be huge. The warehouse shows, which we're doing, which is big 25 years ahead with everyone that we know. Some big things happening, and getting ready for the film. And Subjective comes out in February, which is the first of 3 albums. Licensed out of New York, which is my ambient project, which is basically me and James Davidson, and it is basically me doing it's like, the Carlsberg commercial. If Goldie made ambient music, it would be Subjective.
But people are calling it techno.
It's not techno at all.
Yeah, people saying it's going to be a techno album.
It's not a techno album.
Yeah.
I've got people that play techno all day long. I find Derek May and get Derek to play it. It's not techno. It's not. It's kind of like an African. It's just world music. It's Ryuichi Sakamoto meets Brian Eno.
Okay.
And you throw a little bit of madness in there.
Yeah.
Because it's a beautiful project. The first album's done out February. Second one's done. But won't be out till next year.
Yeah.
And then we're doing the third one at the end of January in Thailand. And Natalie's jazz album, we've done that. Natalie came out and we did the entire album. It's beautiful. She hates me calling it a jazz album though. Sorry, Nat. But it's based on the theme loosely of new age kind of cutting edge jazz music. And Green Tea Peng, we've done a 4-track EP which is dropping next year, which is bad. And I'm going to use one of you and this kid and you for a guinea pig, because I might give you a little listen of that after, not for the podcast, because no one can hear it.
Okay.
But she's she's probably one of the most beautiful, talented girls.
What's her name?
Green Tea Peng, Aria.
It's good with the tattoos.
Yeah, man. She's amazing. Yeah, I did a 4-track EP, which is she's just... Weirdly enough, my family, Drax, who's a godfather, that's how Drax was in Thailand. And
big up Drax.
Him and Jay, big up
Drax. Drax is old school. Big up Drax.
Jay, proper WD world domination, mate. He went to Thailand, as he does, and comes to us to see the family, gets drunk with James, and he says, I've got this 4-track, you've got to listen to this girl go. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, it's just drunken banter. When I heard it, I need to drop on the floor. I said, let me do this thing right. So we've done 4 tracks, which are just like killer. So that's happening. I'm going to do a podcast. I'm going to do because I've been being asked to do a word version of the book.
That'd be amazing.
Because when people read it, they say, I'm just listening to you talk.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it in a kind of podcast form. I'm just going to do it one take. Yeah. As in, I'm going to record it, and there's going to be a few extra chapters in it. I want to do that because I think it will really help people. Because I can't pick a book up and fucking read it. I want it. I just want to have it in the background, sort of like Joe Rogan to me.
It's a really good point. It's a really good point. The fact that
what do you call that?
An audio book. Yeah, a lot of people might not pick that. I mean, for me, I could have actually listened to that book by now. But to read it...
Exactly.
Yeah, by now I could have easily have listened to it. Do you know what I mean? But to have read it, I'm like, right, I'll come back to you. Not now, because I've got to do this one. But it's powerful, man. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think I might do it this winter and just do it, read the book as I'm reading the book, and just let it go.
Yeah. Just have it on record.
I don't make money. I'm just going to record it.
Yeah. Goldie, thanks for passing through, my brother. Much appreciated.
Family.
All right?
Family.
All right?
Do you know what we love, though? Where's Gary, man? Where is he?
Yeah. Gary's back tomorrow.
Is he back tomorrow?
He's back tomorrow,
I love that, brother,
I spoke to him today. Do you know what I mean? Spoke to him today. He's...
That's an OG right there, right?
Yeah. He's got his things going on as well, you know what I mean? But we got you, Gary, you know what I mean? That's for sure.
I love him. Give me a hug. Hug it out.
All right.
Is this the first? Who's next?
Is this the first London Something podcast?
I learned that something, I learned that something, you know? You know what I'm saying? Yeah? Want to come out here with that big talk, yeah?